Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, and when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. And today, I want to talk about how often you should meet with your tax pro. I got this question yesterday, and I thought, wow, what an awesome question that I don't think I have ever even shot a video about. Okay, so um, so most people make the mistake of wanting to have a tax consultation during tax season. That is the absolute worst thing that you can do for yourself, okay? And a lot of times people only want to see their tax person once a year, and that's at tax time, if at all, okay? Again, that is a very poor decision. And the reason is that when you're only seeing your person at tax time, then you wind up, especially if you wind up with a tax bill that you're not expecting, and then you expect the tax professional to wave their magic wand and make that tax bill go away. It's too late. That is just not how this works. So instead of telling you like how often you should meet with your tax pro, I'm going to talk about when you should be picking up the phone. And mind you, this is your responsibility as a taxpayer to call and schedule time with your tax pro. Okay, that's your job. It is not the tax pro's job to look in their magic 8 ball and say, oh, Joe needs me to call him, so let me do that. It's not our job, okay? It's your job to reach out to your tax professional to schedule an appointment to say, hey, I need to talk to you, and be ready to pay, okay? You spend the time, you actually invest in their time. So if you're a business owner, then you need to meet with your tax pro at least twice a year, okay? So we're talking about June and maybe November, right? So June, because number one, that's after tax season. Again, January through April is not the time to try to meet with your tax professional. They barely have time to breathe, much less sit down and have a long drawn out conversation about your particular tax situation, tax planning, and all of that. And also, by the time you get to June, you've had some time to make some money throughout the year. Then there's some numbers to work with so that you can actually have a good conversation. November-ish is a good time because it's after the extension season, but it's also before the end of the year. So you can have conversations about any tax changes that are going to be coming up for the next year. You can review your numbers to see, hey, do you have a lot of profit that you're going to be paying taxes on? Or is your profit short? How are we going to make this adjustment? Because, when you sit down and know your numbers at the end of the year, if you're going to be paying a hefty tax bill, then maybe you have the opportunity to go and invest in your business. So if you're going to spend money, you spend money in your business, not in the government. So June and November, I think, are great times for you to meet with your tax professional. Now, on the accounting side, you should be reviewing your numbers at least quarterly. And if there is something that doesn't make sense, then you need to be calling the accountant, calling the tax pro and saying, hey, I need to have a conversation about what's going on here. So you need to, as a business owner, you need to be reviewing your numbers at least quarterly. When I say reviewing your numbers, we're talking about your profit and loss, talking about your balance sheet, and that's going to tell you how your business is doing. And then if something's not working out right, then that's when you need to schedule a consultation, okay? Number two is when you're considering making changes in your business, whether you are considering buying equipment, if you're considering changing your business structure, you need to have this consultation before and not after. Okay, because if you do it before, then you can look for things to avoid. You can do some financial planning, some tax planning, that kind of thing. If you do it after, then it's too late. Because if when you're considering those things, you're really looking to see if it's the right decision for you based on numbers, actual numbers, not gut feelings and math and all of that. Not gut feelings, but the math, okay? Because the numbers are gonna really help guide you. And if you've kept up with your bookkeeping, then you're gonna have some good numbers to go off of. So if you consider making some major changes in your business, whether you're looking to expand, if you're looking to contract, if you're going to make some equipment purchases, if you're going to make some personnel changes, if you're going to hire more people, all of those things that, a major change, you need to consult with someone beforehand so that you understand what you are walking into, okay? Number three, if you are having major life changes, okay, life changes, you could be, adopting a baby, you could be single, getting married, you could be married, getting a divorce. You need to really sit down on the financial side to see how you will be impacted, okay? So it's not just, hey, well, yeah, I got married. This is a conversation that you should have before you actually walk down the aisle. If you're getting a divorce, you have the conversation before you even get there, right? And hopefully, in that divorce situation, you have two people who can play nice in the sandbox and really do what's best for everyone versus, and you got to get extra attorneys involved. But you need to meet with your tax professional to understand how this is going to impact you. Okay. And number four, if you're going to have a major increase or major decrease in your income. Okay. This right here gets people all the time. All right. So you might be at a job and you get some way cool promotion that increases your income by like $50,000 or something. You also may have a bossed out year in your business, and all of a sudden you get an increase that you didn't see coming. This happens online a lot, okay? Online businesses, especially in the e-commerce realm, you have crickets for like 7 months, and then all of a sudden there's this explosion of income, and that you need to be reaching out to your tax pro because you need to understand how that is going to impact you tax wise. Okay. So if you got a major increase or decrease in your income, you need to go and sit down with your tax person to understand the tax implications for you. And then if you don't know, if you have questions, reach out to that person. And this is why it's so important to build a relationship with a tax pro in your life. Okay. Build these relationships, because what we get a lot of times is that you have people, well, let's say me. Okay. I get people that call me and asking me these questions, and I ask a one simple question. Who did your taxes last year? Can I see your past year's tax return? You don't have these things available, right? So you're working with Larry, Curly, Mo, Joe, Sue, whatever. You're working with all these different people every single year, and there's no continuity. Nobody is really looking at your whole picture. That is what having a tax professional on your team is. That is someone who is looking at your progress from year to year. And when something goes wrong, we're the ones raising our hand going, excuse me, what happened here? We're asking those questions when we're preparing your taxes so that we can understand what is going on. Or if you had something that was on your taxes last year and didn't show up this year, we're asking the question, okay, you had money from this income source last year and you don't have it this year. What happened? Is it here? Did you miss it? What's going on? Right? That's what having relationships with people on the tax front, that is what we do. So we're looking at your whole big picture of what's going on in your tax situation. And then when it comes down to tax planning, listen, tax planning is vital, right? Because the magic in taxes happens during the year. It doesn't happen at tax time. The magic happens between January 1st and December 31st. Once December 31st, 11:59 and 59 seconds passes and that clock strikes midnight, all the magic is gone. So the magic happens during the year so that when those major life things happens, whether it's jump in income, whether it's, your income, you got major life changes and all that stuff. If you are having these conversations twice a year outside of tax season, then you're going to be fine. But if you ain't talking to nobody at all, and then you sit down and you got a big tax bill, listen, there is nothing that we can do except tell you, hey, you should have talked to somebody before today, right? So here it is now at the time of this recording. It is May 2020. Okay, July is whoo child. Tax season has been stretched until July, but you know what? Now it's still time for tax planning. So you should be talking to your tax professional. Yeah, it's a lot going on right now. Like, I don't know when people will watch this video, but at this moment in time is a lot going on. But you still got to get that tax planning in, because tax filing for 2020 in the 2021 season is going to be bananas. So and especially, listen, if you got these PPP loans, if you got these idle loans, if you got all of that stuff, you really need to be scheduling time with your tax pro, okay, to understand all the whatever tax credits and all of that stuff. So yeah, there's a lot that's going to be going on. Okay. So I hope that gives you some food for thought. Thank you so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, and you can come right here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right. Have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.